Nigel, a 3-0 win against Newcastle under-21s. Did you get what you wanted out of that?
Yeah, minutes for the lads, apart from winning the game, for those who needed it, coming back from injury, regaining fitness. It worked out very well in that regard, and the bonus of getting the young lads on at the end.
What did you think to the performance overall?
I thought we were a bit careless on the ball at times in the first half, but we scored 2 very good goals, and then the third one as well was a cracker in every way, a build-up right from Scott Flinders playing a great ball. But I still think, same as on a Saturday, we've got to be better on the ball.
A good night overall for Ben Quinn?
Oh, definitely, yeah. A couple of goals, and he's been a bit unlucky to be left out. You know, he was in the A team, we couldn't quite get him on, and then the players have come back from injury, which means he's dropped out of the squad. But you can see the sort of potential he's got. It might be a case where we get him a loan to get him some games, maybe in the conference or something like that. I wish we had another game in the competition. Talked about it yesterday. It would be ideal if we had another one in 2 or 3 weeks.
And 4 debutants tonight, products of the academy.
Yeah, that was the idea. First of all, to use it for the first team minutes, and then to try and get the youngsters on. But it was ideal to do it at 3-0. They were going on irrespective of the score. Alfie was only going to play 75 minutes. Hiram had an upset stomach, that's why he came off early. And then the other lads, George Maris, that was enough for him, and Ben Wayne. So ideal to get the youngsters on.
A good night for the academy overall, and you brought on, amongst those 4 debutants, Jayden Chambers-Morgan at 16 years of age, becoming the 3rd youngest player to represent the club. Yeah,
he's done very well. Coops and Chetts and Charlie speak very highly of him, so he's performing well, and that should be a reward if he is performing well week in, week out, training well and everything. Then he's had a couple of training sessions with the first team, and this will hopefully do his confidence a world of good, and it's all throughout the academy. We hope there's that pathway there for them to break through into the first team, even in the Bristol Street Motors Trophy. It's there if they do well. We've got the Youth Cup game here on Friday night against Grimsby, so no doubt I'll be featuring in that as well.
I know attaining a clean sheet in whichever way it comes, in whichever competition, and even training, no doubt, gives you a lot of satisfaction. You got one tonight, helped again by your goalkeeper, Scott Flinders.
Oh, it was almost entirely down to him, the fact we got a clean sheet. They had some pretty quick lads up the top in the first half, the lad on the left especially, and then I think they replaced him at half-time with somebody equally as quick. But, he gave Alfie a run for his money, and they had some good chances, but Scott pulled off some great saves again, including the penalty. A bit harsh, the penalty. Fraser said, he's just poked it and gone down, chanced his luck a little bit. Didn't think he touched him.
You must be so pleased with your goalkeeping department, because Christy Pym has been in tip-top form. You've got a backup in Scott Flinders, who, whenever you use him, he never seems to put a foot wrong, and you've got goalkeepers beneath that emerging and progressing well. In the summer, it was one of those where that was, when you get promoted, then you look at all areas of the pitch, where do we need to improve, and we said right from the end of the season, now the goalkeeping department we don't need to touch. Happy with Christy, with Scott. We've got Owen Mason. We wouldn't try and get Owen on tonight, but Scotty was playing so well, he deserved to stay on and get his clean sheet. Anthony Nunes as well, who's an international. So very, very pleased with those 4 goalkeepers. Have you come through this one completely unscathed? Yeah, I think there's a couple of knocks you saw. I think George Maris got a knock, but Fraser Blake Tracy got 90 minutes, good. Aidan Flint 90 minutes, so yeah, it couldn't have worked out better. Speaking of players, Lewis Reed, any update on him? I think the last one you gave was that you will hopefully be back for Wrexham, but not this Sunday at Curzon Ashton. Doubtful, I would say, for this Sunday. The only other one is Aaron Lewis. He's got a slight groin, so we won't be risking anybody unduly on Sunday, but they'll be in the squad if they're available. Let's move away from tonight and look ahead, if we may, to Curzon Ashton on Sunday. How do you look ahead to that game, Nigel? Bit of an unknown quantity, other than pretty much what we said yesterday as well. They are used to winning games at the moment. They're a very confident side in the Conference North, and it'll be a very big occasion, I think, to have a League One side visiting them. So I think we'll have our hands full on Sunday. A David v Goliath might be over-egging it, but you know what I'm getting at. What do these type of games often come down to? Attitude of the team from the higher league more often than not.
we have to be spot on in our approach, and it has to be exactly the same as it has been for the league games.
Thank you.
Pleasure.
Thank you.